to the first, technically, but not first. This is Save Before Quitting News, weekly news for the week of May 5th. For those who don't know, we started a new news, I guess we can call it segment. It's going to be a part of a bigger segment on the full podcast at the end of the month, but we will now be bringing you weekly news to, keep up with the ever expanding video game news scene, or what would you call it?
The zeitgeist.
Exactly. We realized doing the full podcast that, especially once we started doing it once a month, a lot of the news wasn't up to date.
Mm-hmm.
We learned that very quickly with the release of the Switch 2, because while people already fought to get it pre-ordered, and we're talking about it like, I don't know, when's the pre-order date gonna happen? And it was just old news immediately.
Sure.
That wasn't the only news headline that was old, but we just didn't want to run into that again. So we're going to do this. And if you hear some news repeated during the full podcast at the end of the month, treat that like a roundup. Like, hey, if you didn't catch the news, the weekly news, you can get all the news and our reactions to it at the end of the month on the full podcast. But for now, we're here to address the news of this week. I go by the name of Ant, and here with me is...
I'm Chris, and I'm coming to you live from locker C18 from Men in Black 2. You can't really see it, but all the little guys are back there just chilling in the crowd.
I see them.
Right next to the timekeeper.
Yeah, plotting.
And where are you coming at this from, Ant?
Well, I'm trying to duck these moves and kicks from Neo and Morpheus in the Matrix dojo.
Hell yeah. And we'll have new locations every week. Niche
every
bullshit.
Week. You gotta love that, right?
Yeah. To keep it fresh.
I'm also trying to watch out for all this Matrix code. It's gonna consume me at some point during this show. But yeah, we hope you like the our new way of doing this. And for anyone who's first time hearing this show or this podcast or greeting us, we are Save Before Quitting. That is save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Titty.
Spell it out. That's Titty. Shout out to the Titty gang, everybody who's been with us from the start. Save Before Quitting, all the way spelled out, at gmail.com. If you want to send us an email, you want to give us a reaction to something you heard during this news segment, you would like to suggest something we talk about, we're totally open to that as well. Let us know what you're playing. Anything, we'll bring it up on here. savebeforequitting.com, all the way spelled out. If you want some merch, you can get really cool things like this hat, the NGPs, the Nerdy Gamer people, some tie-dye shirts, some socks, some bitch-made shirts. If you don't know what bitch-made is, check out the YouTube. It looks like you're already checking it out if you're watching this. Here we have bitch-made videos where we play horror games. That is what that shirt is based off of. What else we got, Chris? What else do I gotta let the people know?
The only other thing that we got is a Patreon. If you like what you see here, you can head over there. You can give us any of the 3 tiers that we got just to keep us supporting. Any of the money that we get from that goes straight back into the show to make it little bit by little bit better. The next thing that we'll be putting it towards is a webcam so that the background here is a little less digital noisy. Because Ant's is perfect, as you can see, but mine will be better in the weeks to come. Next time that we do this, which will we have just found out be a little bit later than we expected, but we'll get to that probably on a Patreon, to be honest, more than anything else. So make sure you head over there. We do 2 extra podcasts a month there, updating you on our life stuff and the podcast and the behind the scenes. We don't go too in depth, just not to jinx anything, because we got some good stuff going on in life right now, and I'm not trying to fuck it up. So make sure you check it out.
Thank you, Chris. And thank you all for being here with us week after week after week, starting now, in one way or another. So if we don't get you a weekly news roundup because life happens, you can best believe there will be content. There will be us playing games. There will be something. There's a lot to look forward to. Now with this weekly news, Summer Games Fest is coming. We host that every year. So feel free to stream that with us when the day comes. I think it's June 6th, the day after Switch 2 drops. So that'll be a cool hangout with us when we do that. There's a lot to look forward to, and thanks for being on this ride with us. For real, man. We appreciate
Time
it.
to get into the news. This is the week of what, 5/5/2025. So
Yes.
all these are, a majority of these are coming from Wario64. We'll shout out the news sources as we do. If you want to look at what we're looking at, if you are part of a Patreon, we send that over to you guys as a little slideshow. You can see what Ant puts together for us on the weekly basis. First up, Ghost of Yotei. Got an official release date of October 2nd. The standard edition will be $69.99. The digital deluxe will be $79.99. And the collector's edition with PS5 direct exclusive, retailers in other regions, digital game code. I don't know how much that's going to be. That didn't have a price for it, but it looks like it's going to be a lot of money. Probably upwards of $200 if I had to guess based off previous deluxe versions of games that I've purchased myself. Pre-orders go active May 2nd, so they're already live right now. I personally haven't pre-ordered yet. I'm kind of tired of pre-ordering games, and I'm just not doing it anymore.
I could see if you're doing it for like the physical, or if you're doing it for the like digital deluxe, you could just do it like an hour before it releases.
Exactly.
Online. So I mean, on the PlayStation Store.
For sure. I'm very excited for this game. Obviously, if you don't know, Ghost of Tsushima was my game of the year by accident. I didn't even know anything about that game when it came out. I don't know how that was the case for me, but I just genuinely didn't know about it coming out. And the day it released, I bought it instantly, and I fucking fell in love with it. Played through it twice, I believe, total, just to get that platinum trophy. Probably time for a third playthrough before this, because obviously this is a sequel to that, following a new character, and I'm really excited for it. I'm hoping it's good. Hoping it's a good time.
I'm sure it will be. The first one's amazing, amazing game. So, if you want more of that, more of what you already had and more, Ghost of Yotei releases October 2nd on PS5.
Hell yeah. What do we got up next?
Next up, Capcom. Resident Evil is continuing to keep the lights on at Capcom. Capcom released a statement on Twitter saying that they released the numbers that the recent releases of Resident Evil have sold. RE7, 15 million. Resident Evil 2, 15 million. RE3, 10 million. Resident Evil Village, 11 million. And Resident Evil 4, the remake, of course, 10 million. That's amazing numbers as far as game sales go. There's never going to be a shortage of Resident Evil at this point. Like there's never going to be. I think they're going to keep that. That's a well-oiled machine now. They have been on a roll with these Resident Evil games.
I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some sort of teaser or full-on trailer at Summer Games Fest for the next in the series, because it should be 9 if I remember correctly. After Village, 9. Right? I don't know where we're gonna follow in that story, because I believe the main character of both 7 and 8 is no longer, spoiler alert, is no longer a thing. And then there was a DLC that came out for 8 where you got to play as Rose, the daughter that you're chasing after in 8, all grown up pretty much. So like you already have played as her, so I'm curious if we're gonna continue to play as her. We're gonna go back to another Chris Redfield situation. We got plenty of options.
I thought the rumor was that Leon was coming back.
That'd be cool. I don't know. Yeah. We also are doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 4 live on Twitch that you can see on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, please check that out. That's edited videos,
and then we also have the full live streams that are fully available for you on the YouTube if you want to go check them out. It's a good time. We're bitch made for a reason, so
that is true.
Yeah, I'm excited for the next one. I think I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of the franchise. Obviously, like it's not my like be all end all. But I love the passion that my friends have for it and how much they love it and how much they force others to play it. So it's a good time.
I really like Resident Evil. I was never one to be like, I don't think I've ever owned a Resident Evil game until Village when we played it.
Yeah, and it gave us motion sickness twice.
Yeah, that was a weird time. Um, especially for us both to get it.
Oh yeah.
Um, but that's not to knock, the game itself. Like I'm really enjoying the new remakes and the new Resident Evils. They're knocking it out the park with those.
Hell yeah. Next up, some sad news from EA. EA
Mhm.
cut around 300 roles, including roughly 100 at Respawn. In a quote, they said wider cuts largely impacted EA's experiences team, which include groups such as EA's fan care team and various others working on customer support and marketing. Another quote, the roughly 100 jobs impacted at Respawn included individuals in development, publishing, and QA workers on Apex Legends, as well as smaller groups of individuals working on the Jedi team and the 2 canceled incubation projects.
Damn.
And then even sadder news, one of the canceled Respawn projects was a Titanfall game, codenamed R7, and it was an extraction shooter. We are never
One
getting
thing,
Titanfall 3. I'm so fucking mad.
one thing, if it's your first time here, we are huge Respawn fans, and huge Titanfall fans, and we have just been waiting and waiting and waiting for new Titanfall, and this is not giving me any hope that
No.
that's gonna come to fruition.
I hate to say it, but I feel like Apex has killed the Titanfall franchise. Not that it's like not still going on, and there's an active player base obviously for Apex, but it's like they found their cash cow that they're gonna continue to get money from. They don't have to make another story-based game with a multiplayer that's similar to Titanfall 2 ever again, because what they have with Apex is just the same way to milk fans money out of them with loot boxes and heirlooms and skins and shit, and it's just it's depressing to say the least. Especially with all the jobs that are being lost from this for seemingly no reason besides budget cuts, I guess. But yeah, it's sad to see those people lose their jobs and then us to lose projects that obviously were in the works. We obviously don't know how far along they were, but
Right.
the fact that there was, like the fact that they already knew it was an extraction shooter, they had to be pretty decently into that game, and now it's just gone. It just doesn't exist anymore. So that blows.
Now I get that it says like one of the canceled Respawn projects is a Titanfall game. That doesn't necessarily take Titanfall out of the future entirely, but it also doesn't put any hope in there.
No.
And like you said, Respawn, they're doing their thing with Apex. They're doing their thing with the Star Wars franchises now.
Yeah.
It's almost like, when would they even put one out if they were going to put one out?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping for some more of the Jedi Survivor / Fallen Order, because we obviously need a third one in that franchise to either cap it off or lead it somewhere else to a completely new franchise or whatever you want to call it, another set of stories or whatever. I mean, the actor that plays Cal Kestis, I'm pretty sure was at Star Wars Celebration 2's, and like I don't remember hearing anything about future plans. Not even him as like a live action version of that character, which I mean, it's stupid that they haven't, because
at this point he's garnered enough attention where like I think that would be a very smart move too.
He would fit right into some of the stories that they've got going on right now, at least from the last time I watched anything Star Wars. I kind of fell off after the Ahsoka series just because I got a little Star Wars out. It's just too much of it at the time. I still haven't watched plenty of the animated shows that have come out. Like there's the Bad Batch season 2 or 3. I don't even know what season they're on. And then there's a whole new series that's coming out with like Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane, focusing on them, and I haven't had the interest to dive back into it. Like it's there, and one day I will click on the stream button and binge it all for sure. Like I tried to do it with Daredevil, and I got like 3 episodes in. I'm like, this is great. I haven't watched anymore. There's just...
It's so funny you say that. I also watched 3 episodes of that and
We should
never
do a
went back.
podcast.
Yeah, one day we'll think about it and do that.
But yeah, EA unfortunately cut those roles, and sadly those devs will have to be looking for new jobs after being let go for seemingly no reason. Well, obviously there's a reason, but we'll never
Yeah,
know.
right. Budget cuts.
Legit
Um,
cuts.
in Read the Room news, Microsoft raises the prices of all Xbox Series consoles. Xbox games confirmed to hit $80 this holiday. Xbox Series X is now $599.99. They put out a list. It says, going forward, here are the expected prices on various Xbox consoles and accessories in the US. Xbox Series S, the 512 gigabyte system, has gone up from $379.99. It's gone up to $379.99 from $299.99. The Series S 1 terabyte system is up to $429.99 from $349.99. The Xbox Series X digital console has gone up from $499.99 to $549.99. The Xbox Series X with the disc drive has gone up from $499.99 to $599.99. The Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition has gone up from $599.99 to $729.99. Xbox wireless controller, the core controller, $64.99. Xbox wireless controller, $69.99. Wireless controller, colored controller, $69.99. Xbox wireless controller special edition, $79.99. Xbox wireless controller limited edition is up to $89.99 from $79.99. Xbox Elite wireless controller Series 2 core model is up from $139.99 to $149.99. Xbox Elite wireless controller Series 2 full model has gone up from $179.99 to $199.99. Xbox stereo headset is now $64.99. Xbox wireless headset is $119.99 and was previously $109.99. They put out a statement to IGN saying, we understand that these changes are challenging, and they were made with careful consideration given market conditions and the rising cost of development. Looking ahead, we continue to focus on offering more ways to play more games across any screen and ensuring value for Xbox players. All right, I've said a lot here, Chris. How do you feel about that? Not as like, I know you're not an Xbox guy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like this is going to start rolling out no matter where you are.
For sure.
Nintendo started it, Xbox now, and eventually I feel like Sony is going to have to do the same.
For sure. And it's definitely because of the world situation, I would say, more so than like just some random bullshit, like that they're just raising prices. Obviously with tariffs and the way that the world is heading, it makes sense that all of these consoles that are for sure not built in the USA are going to be costing more for these companies to make. Not to be a dick about it, but like Xbox does not have the game library at the moment for new games, in my opinion, to warrant this. Like, there's no reason to pay this money for an Xbox when you can get something like a PC and play your Xbox games through the PC Game Pass day one the same exact way, 90% of the time with more power behind it. And with a longer lasting thing that's going to last you longer if you put maybe a little bit more money into it. Let's just say, you want to go for the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte Galaxy Special Edition because you want to be fancy. I don't know. Extra couple $100 there. You save that up for a little bit more. You get a nice PC. You can play games on Steam. You can play games on Epic. You can play games that you get from Twitch for free with your Prime account. You can play PlayStation games that are now on Steam. Like, you have so much better of an option compared to with what you get with an Xbox is just an ecosystem that lives in among itself, you know. But you could get
Mhm.
this that gets everything. Not that I'm trying to like be like anti Xbox or anything, but they don't even promote their own games anymore.
What
Fucking
they
South
do,
of
they just promote them in other places now.
well, I'm more so talking about like games like South of Midnight. There was
Oh yeah,
practically no fucking promo for that game, and I think it's the same thing as what Hi-Fi Rush was for them. It was a very, very good Xbox first-party game. Obviously, South by Midnight's gonna make its way at other places at some point because that's what
Mhm.
Xbox doing. But like, they don't promote their games, and then when it finally shows up, people are shocked that it's like, where did this game come from? Why is it so
Yeah.
good? Why was it not talked about? Where was the promotion? And they're too busy promoting the console itself and the ecosystem and the PC Game Pass, which is, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't understand why. Like, I understand why you want to get people in the ecosystem so that you could just keep getting their monthly payments and, you know, set that monthly payment up for life. But it's like, you're not offering any promotion to the products. Like, you should be promoting the products, and then
Yeah.
when people see that and they're like, oh, I want to play that, and I want to play it first before everyone else, where you do it on Xbox. It'll eventually come to everything else. Sure, yeah, we get it. But if I want to play
Right.
that first, I'm going to play it on an Xbox. Like, there's no reason for me to get an Xbox, and there never will be.
Not anymore with one of our news headlines coming up.
Yeah.
That was like the nail in the coffin.
That's just my, like, and I hate to say it, like, I make the meme and I joke that Xbox doesn't have games, but they genuinely haven't put out a game in the past couple of years that's been like a huge hit for them to the point of like, this is a console seller, you know? Like,
That was supposed to be Starfield.
it was supposed to be Starfield, and then Starfield fell flat on its face after 2 months. It had promise. It wasn't a bad game by any means. It just wasn't what they promised, you know? Like, it wasn't this big, the next Skyrim, you know? Like, that's what people thought it was. It was going to be like this, it's space Skyrim, and it wasn't. It was just fine. And that's fine too. But like, like they did so much promo on that game to the point where then it fell flat. They were like, okay, well, we'll never get a promo game ever again. This is what it feels like. Like, they didn't do shit for Hi-Fi Rush, and it was fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal voice acting, art style, music. I didn't tally those, even though I was holding my hand up to do the tally. But then eventually, they just gave it to Steam because of how good it was and because people wanted to play it, but they don't want to fucking get Game Pass. So they had to recoup some money somehow.
What do you say? I mean, this isn't going to change your point, but I feel like I should put it on the table. Is that now it was pretty much leaked, but that they're putting Steam on Xboxes.
If they put Steam on Xboxes and it works, it was
a leaked screenshot of an upcoming update and the tab at the top that says Steam.
If it works well on the Xbox, then sure, that's cool. It's just another way to access Steam, and it's pretty good for them as far as I'm concerned. But it's still not a seller of an Xbox, because if I want to use my Steam games to the best of their ability, PC. It's simple. It's just that simple. Obviously, it's a little bit more money, but like, you're already adding bullshit
to bring the casual gamer who doesn't want to get a PC into the Steam ecosystem if they're already in the Xbox ecosystem.
That's valid for sure. Yeah.
Like if I needed a budget console and I've got the Xbox Series S, which is the cheapest model, and that was my gateway into not only Game Pass but also Steam, that is not a bad deal for Game Pass and an Xbox and Steam at the same time.
I agree. I just feel like adding Steam to the Xbox isn't going to make it a console seller either.
No, I don't think so either.
Especially
if you're already in it.
If you're already in it, it's great for you, and that's fine. But like, with all of these price raises to like everything that they're pretty much that's on the market for them right now. Some of them it's not that big of a deal. Like, I mean, at least for like the Series S from $299 to $379. I'm not like really mad at that. I feel like the crazier ones go up for like the Series X's and whatnot, where it just gets a little bit too much.
Where it's $600.
Yeah, like that's a point where I'm like, guys, what are we doing here? At least for the S, I'm like, okay, I understand tariffs are gonna be fucking over a lot of people for different things, whether it be this, whether it be the toy community. That's already a side thing that's happening right now, where people are pissed off about how they can't collect the figures they want to collect anymore because they're all imports. But I don't know, man. I mean, we'll see what happens. I think it's going to hurt them more than help them. But that's just in general what I think the tariffs are going to be doing for most of everything, including just grocery stores. So like, I don't think, while Xbox it's going to be an issue for them, I feel like the fact that we're going to not be able to get some stuff on the shelves is going to be a little bit more important in the future, sadly.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. But...
Well, stay tuned in for more game price news, I guess. Next up
in the news, Wario64 as well. Hollow Knight Silksong will be playable in September 2025 at an Australian museum in Melbourne as a part of a video game exhibition called Game Worlds, according to IGN. So it exists.
Yeah, it exists. This is more of a, not a troll, but this is more of a like the meme how everybody has clown paint on their face waiting for Silksong.
Oh yeah.
And at this point, it's like this has to shadow drop now. I feel like even if you announce a date, it's not enough now.
It has all the buzz. Yeah.
It has all the buzz to the point where you don't need to announce a date. You just have to like show a trailer one day and just be like available now. People will run to buy that game.
There's also like, I'm curious if they do a collector's edition or something, because I feel like you have to for a game that is this anticipated. Maybe it comes like a month or two after release, kind of like how they did with Baldur's Gate 3. With their like special edition that you could get post and after the fact. That I have.
Ooh, fancy boy.
I still gotta beat Hollow Knight 1, man. I know that it's a cult classic and people love it. I'm just terrible at these games and I don't have the patience for them. That's just me. But I really hope that it comes out for the people that are both in our Discord and the friends that I have as well. That have been clamoring for this for years as of this point. But
yes,
I'm excited. What do we got up next?
Up next, another letter from another game company.
We're sorry.
Yep. It was inevitable though. Grand Theft Auto 6 has been delayed from its, I guess, holiday release, because they kept saying 2025. It's gonna come 2025. Has been delayed to May 26th, 2026. The reason I say inevitable is because if you know anything about a Grand Theft Auto game, that bitch getting delayed. It always gets delayed before release. They put out a letter saying, "Hi everyone. This is Rockstar, by the way. Grand Theft Auto 6 is now set to release on May 26th, 2026. We are very sorry that this is later than you expected. The interest and excitement surrounding a new Grand Theft Auto game has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for your support and your patience as we work to finish the game. With every game we have released, the goal has always been to try and exceed your expectations, and Grand Theft Auto 6 is no exception. We hope you understand that we need this extra time to deliver at the level of quality you expect and deserve. We look forward to sharing more information with you soon. Sincerely, Rockstar Games." Soon after this news, I want to say a day or two later, they put out the second trailer for the game. This game, and you only get to say this about maybe 2-3 games a year, maybe sometimes one. This game looks expensive. Like, it looks really good graphically. Obviously all the visuals are amazing. just the amount of detail that's in it. It looks like the rumor was it was a $1 to $2 billion budget this game was given. Clearly the most expensive budget in gaming history.
Yeah,
And
I mean, it makes sense.
yeah, and it looks like it. Like I'm looking at it, I'm like, this, it looks like every frame of this, you're just counting hundreds of thousands of dollars that went into development.
Yeah.
But it looks good. Back in Vice City, it's kind of a Bonnie and Clyde story. We don't get too much story, but we get a look at all the characters, locations, small glimpses of vehicles you can get, guns you could use. You know, the Grand Theft Auto fare just ramped up times a million. So no gameplay, but from what we've seen, there's a lot going on. And for people who are waiting for Grand Theft Auto, there's a lot to look forward to. You just got to wait another year for it. In fact, it's a whole year and some change from now.
Yeah. I have one thought about this. I first of all, I don't care about Grand Theft Auto. I still haven't played the Grand Theft Auto 5 like once.
I'm a Grand Theft Auto guy, so I'm here.
I played San Andreas as a kid on PS2, and I used cheat codes the entire time. I don't even think I played the story. I kept losing. You know the mission where you're like chasing a train and it gets to the tunnel?
That's the infamous train mission.
Yeah, I couldn't beat it, so I was like, you know what, this game, it's now just a sandbox game for me. This is a sandbox, and I'm going to spawn a tank and do tank things.
How old were you when that game came out?
I don't know when it came out.
I gotta look it up. I have to see now. I forgot.
While you look that up, my problem with this, my friends and I do a video game.
2004.
I was 9.
I was 18. I was like old enough. I was like right there. I was perfect age.
Halfway there. It's fine.
You get there.
I don't know why I was playing it. What the fuck? Anyway, bad parenting. But my friends and I do a video game fantasy league every single year, and this year, my number 1 draft pick was Grand Theft Auto.
That was the greatest pick you could get too.
Yeah. And I just had to fucking drop it. So now I have to fill my number 1 slot again.
Talk about a sure thing. That was a sure thing. I was
so pissed. Because here's the thing. I'm not mad about the game coming out, like, because I'm going to play it. I'm mad that I'm going to lose points. That's all I give a fuck about. Because it fucking ruined me, man. This was my comeback year. It was a rebuilding year. I got GTA 6.
This would have put you way over the top. This was a sure thing no matter what.
Fuck yeah.
No matter what. This game could suck and it would have been a sure thing for you.
Yeah. So, needless to say, I got to fill a number 1 slot. If anyone has any game suggestions that I should put in my number 1 slot that aren't already fucking drafted halfway through the year, fuck me.
This is hard. This was the game this year. And you're going to have to hope there's some wild shit announced at Summer Games Fest.
Yeah, I hope so, because I'm fucking struggling now. But that's about the most that I have to think about it. I think my main thing is, like, they can show as many pretty trailers as they want. I don't give a damn until I see gameplay.
Yeah, like, we're due for gameplay now.
Like, it's at the point where it's like, I understand that you can make this look fucking beautiful with Unreal Engine. Fortnite does it. I'm not saying it looks anywhere close to what this looks like by any means, but like, Unreal Engine can do some crazy fucking shit, and I've seen it before. And this just looks like another step up of the craziness with detail and whatnot. And then, like, the one thing that really made me like be like, oh yeah, there's a lot of money going to this, is that they have like real brand name beers in it. Like Modelo was in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't even imagine how much money Modelo paid to have their fucking beer in that game. Like, that's going towards it for sure.
They showed the two, I guess they're rappers. I don't know. They showed these 2 guys in the studio using FL Studio, like the brand of the production software that producers use.
That's insane, because it's not like Rockstar's going to them and being like, hey, we're gonna pay you to put you in our game. Like they're paying so that they're in Rockstar's game. Like that's what it
Yeah.
is for sure.
That's
So
where
like,
we are with things now. Like, and it makes so much sense. This game is
yeah,
going to be a billboard for so many things because it's a guaranteed thing. Kind of how you said with the fantasy league. They know there's going to be eyes on this.
for sure.
I think this game is going to be big in more ways than just, hey, we like to play it.
I think
There's going to be some wild marketing and marketing opportunities for people and brands. Just like this game is going to be a platform for shit.
Oh yeah. I think I'm most excited to see the most like what the wildest company that is featured in this game. Because like there's gotta be some crazy fucking shit. Like
gonna be
Taco Bell, Pornhub, fucking RedTube, all them. Fucking,
Yeah.
honestly, they
It's gonna
probably
be
would.
orange.
That makes
Yeah,
so
it
much
probably would.
sense.
Yeah, this would
There's
be
gonna
the game for it.
There's gonna be an OnlyFans inside of GTA, and you can like access your personal OnlyFans account inside the game or some shit. There's gonna be.
I'm calling it like this. Not calling it, but I think it's just it's a layup. Game is going to be
NBA is gonna be in it.
Why wouldn't they?
I mean, yeah, as of this point, that's a valid. They should be, honestly. I mean,
They're
there's
gonna
probably
make
shoe
them-
brands that are gonna be in it too.
They're going to make their money off of they can make their money back on branding deals if they wanted to.
Yeah.
This is probably the only game in the industry, in the gaming industry, that can just write its own check. Like the company be like, here's a blank check, right whatever number you want, because we know we're going to make the money back.
For sure. Well, till next year.
Yep.
Next up in the news, our favorite dev team, Semi-Work. If you don't know who they are, they make the game that is viral and a sensation, R.E.P.O. They just put out an open beta for a lot of the new stuff that's coming in the update that they've been teasing for a while. I've played it a few times with some friends, nothing like super in-depth anything. I think we played like pretty late at night, so it was, nothing crazy yet. But the new map is now a part of it. The museum, there's new items, and there's also new like weapons and stuff that you can use. I haven't seen any new monsters yet. I don't know if they've added new monsters inside of the beta. There's definitely a video somewhere that goes over like all that's added or whatnot. But I'm looking forward to this. Every single week on Friday, Semi-Work on YouTube puts out either a Q&A or this video announcing the beta and much, much more. And we love this dev team at our channel.
They're good guys.
They're very good. They're a small team, I believe, and like they just put all their effort and their time and their passion into this, and you can really tell it's an insanely charming game. It's terrifying at times, but also funny.
Yes.
We have plenty of videos on our YouTube right now that you can go check out of us playing it, both edited and then also live streams. So they're all there. We'll probably live stream this at some point this week. I don't know if we have any free time at some point later in the week. Probably, maybe Friday. I don't know. Probably.
I don't think I got anything going on Friday.
If you got nothing on, maybe Friday. This video comes out Friday, so maybe we're streaming right now and you're missing it. Watch the rest of this and then
hop over there. We're over there.
But yeah, we'll definitely be checking out the beta. It's gonna be a good time. What do we got up next?
Next up, oh man. Apparently, Yuji Horii confirmed a Chrono Trigger remake during an interview at Comic-Con in Naples. He then said through his translator, "You have heard nothing," after apparently realizing what just happened. Now, after this was posted, I want to say a couple hours later, they said Yuji Horii came back and said it was like a mistranslation. That's not what he meant. In my mind now, like nah, stand on that because
bullshit.
I swear we just talked about this. I don't know which pod or if it was Patreon or something.
I think it was the last podcast, genuinely.
And I was like, yo, they need to just finally pull the trigger. No pun intended.
The Chrono Trigger.
Pull the Chrono Trigger and do the remake or re-release or something. There's no way.
God damn it.
Yeah, we should not have gone this long, and Chrono Trigger being so loved that we shouldn't have something else Chrono Trigger.
For sure.
All this did was confirm it for me. I don't care what he said coming back saying, no, it was a mistranslation. That's not the case. I don't care about any of that. Nah, nope, don't believe it now.
I'm
So
excited.
now you gotta deliver. You gotta deliver now. Oh,
Still gotta get past that carnival, man. I can't lose the game.
Can't stop playing that game.
I keep winning the test of strength, man. You can't lose. You can't leave on a heater. You know.
True that, but there's a lot of great game you need to get to.
I don't know. I'm hitting that.
This is the game now.
This is the game. That's all the game is for me. He keeps paying out. Dude's got unlimited pockets.
You got to get to the Frog Knight, man. How do you?
I know.
What the
yeah,
fuck?
I saw the
and
art
the
of
robot.
him. Yeah, I will at some point.
Amazing time.
Maybe I'll play it on stream and force myself to get past the carnival. That'd be a fun time.
There you go. You got to do it. But yeah, man, Chrono Trigger, classic. In my mind, personally, it's a top 3 RPG of all time for me. I can't count the many times I've replayed this throughout my life. This came out when I was a kid, and then I played it then. I played it when emulators and ROMs became a thing. I got the remake on 3DS and played that version.
And then the remakes to Ignition.
Hot and fresh out the kitchen. Come on, Chrono Trigger. Come out the kitchen. Honestly. Sorry to quote R. Kelly, everybody.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Sorry.
Oopsies.
It's not an oopsie. This motherfucker talking about Chrono Trigger, even though he wants to act like it. Moving on.
Next up in the news from Cheap Ass Gamer on Twitter.
I mean, it's from everywhere now.
From everywhere, but we'd like to give credit where credit's due here. Gears of War Reloaded is coming to Xbox Series XS, Xbox PC Game Pass, Xbox Cloud Gaming, PlayStation 5, and Steam in summer 2025. It's going to have 4K resolution, 60 frames per second in campaign, 120 frames per second in multiplayer. Wow.
Yeah, right.
I kind of expected those to be
the other way around.
The other way around makes so much more sense to have. Anyway, high dynamic range, HDR, Dolby Vision, and 1.4 Dolby Atmos, 1.4 3D.
7.1.4.
7.1.4. Sorry, it's itty bitty on my screen. Next, variable refresh rate, 4K assets and remastered textures, enhanced post-processing and visual effects, improved shadows and reflections, super resolution with improved anti-aliasing, and 0 loading screens during the campaign.
This is more inevitable news, but as we talked about with Xbox before, like it's third party immediately now. Like this is a flagship for those who don't know, or you're living under a rock if you're listening to a gaming show and don't know this. But for people who might not, Gears of War is a flagship Xbox game. It's like one notch below like Halo of this is Xbox.
For sure.
And then right below that might be this Forza. But like once this has gone multi-platform, and then once I saw what else we have here is PlayStation's Instagram account put up themselves, rev up your Lancers, Gears of War Reloaded comes to PS5 on August 26th, remastered from the ground up. That's it. It's over. It's their third party no matter what now.
True.
This is like if Spider-Man came out on Xbox from PlayStation.
It won't.
I know it won't.
I don't think it ever will. They will never give that franchise up. But I also don't know what's going to happen to that franchise anytime soon because of what happened to the DLC that didn't. Fuckers.
True. Yeah, but, that would have been a great time streaming that.
Yeah, that would have been the rest. That would have been my life.
True.
Swinging through the streets like New York, like.
Exactly.
You remember that?
Spider-Man. Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah.
That was some funny shit.
I was watching old Twitch clips the other night, and I came across that one from our Spidey stream. But yeah, man. I mean, I've never played Gears of War.
Oh,
Being a Sony boy, I've never had an
this
Xbox.
when this drops, we
I
got
will
it.
be
We
doing
have
it.
to do it.
I will be playing this Gears of War for sure. I would like to get into it. There's a lot of like franchise games, like another one's Mass Effect for me. I don't think that really was an exclusive by any means to Xbox. I think
Mhm.
you could play that on PlayStation too, if I remember correctly.
That was everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah. But like there's a few franchises that I just somehow skirted by, and
Hmm.
I just didn't have the opportunity to play. And then by the time that I would even thought to go do it, it's like the hype's already gone, and there's other
Yeah.
shit out. So like I'm just gonna play the shit that's out now, what I got now. This is a
Hmm.
perfect opportunity for me to jump into the world, get into it, because expect there's the new one coming out, whatever it's called, I forget, where it's like a prequel or whatever.
Mass
Uh,
Effect.
no, not Mass Effect. Gears of War.
Oh, Gears. Yeah, yeah. E
Yeah,
Day. Gears of War. E Day.
So that's coming out. I'm assuming. I don't think it'll necessarily be day one cross platform everywhere,
Yeah, but if
but
this is
eventually,
eventually, yeah,
for sure. So that gives me hope to play that as well and get like a more new version of the game. Obviously, with it being like from the ground up remade and or reloaded, as they say. That's a whole entire different experience, and for me it's going to be fun because it's my first time experiencing it overall. For you,
yeah.
you're going to have to tell me all the
Oh
fucking
man,
ins and outs of what's different now, and I'm very
I
excited
can't.
to see that.
They showed some screenshots. I wish I would have put them here, but like the updated visuals look like wow, it's really from the
They're
ground up.
playing on the screen right now, editor Chris.
Editor Chris, you know what to do. I don't think there was video. I don't think, but there's definitely there's a bunch
There's
of
some
screenshots out there.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, man, I'm
Oh
excited
yeah,
for it. I don't think it's gonna be a day one for me. Like it's not gonna be like I
but it's going to
need
be
get it.
on Game Pass too.
Well, if it's on Game Pass, then I just get it day one with my fucking Xbox PC Game
Yeah,
Pass. I don't gotta buy it on PlayStation. Fuck you, Sony.
yeah.
Next
Sony,
up,
damn it.
Expedition 33. I have seen clips of this, but I don't know what the fuck it is.
Okay, I want to like this game is getting so much praise as a JRPG to the point where it's like, well, I have to play this at some point.
Oh yeah.
I'm just in the middle of 18 other things, other games that I'm trying
And then
to play.
life.
And in life, but this is on my Steam wish list. Apparently I didn't even know until somebody put in our Discord it's on Game Pass. I was like, oh, I can just play it there. But I will be playing this. The reason we're bringing it up is because it's I don't know where the original story came from, but Expedition 33 is selling over twice as fast as other JRPGs on Steam. Launch aligned copies sold on Steam for the following games 7 days after launch. So
there's a bar chart the chat is seeing.
Yeah, you might have to put the bar chart up.
It'll be up there.
But it's sold, from what this is telling me, 785.2 thousand copies, and this is just Steam. This isn't like PlayStation and Xbox, etc., etc., etc.
I'm curious to see how many people got it on Xbox, because obviously since it's a Game Pass thing, I'm curious to see like the concurrent players on Xbox. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah. And that number is for the 7 days after launch. So Expedition 33, like I said, 785.2K. Metaphor, if by comparison, Metaphor was 346.6 thousand.
Not even half.
Not even half. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, 334.4 thousand. Persona 5 Royal, 234.6 thousand. Persona 3 Reload, 199.7 thousand. And Like a Dragon 8 Infinite Wealth, 194K. So, needless to say, Expedition 33 is knocking it out the park. And I have to find time to at least try it out. It's a JRPG, so who knows how long it is, but I had to at least try it out. Yeah.
I've seen that there's a lot of different I don't want to call them Easter eggs or anything. They're just like things you can do more so than Easter eggs. Like
features.
I guess features. Like one of them is, I don't know if you've seen any of the TikToks or not, but there's a trash man and like a man who hides in a trash can or some shit. But like you can examine every trash can in the city and tons of them have just nothing in it. So like it takes time apparently. And I don't know what the specifics are of how to find the dude or what the deal is. There's also at the very beginning of the game, this is not even a spoiler, but at the beginning of the game, as you're walking down the street, apparently there's like a hotel or a hostel or something. And if you go up and you'd examine the front door, you can hear two people getting it on in a very 1940s-esque voice acting style. And if you do it 33 times specifically, then you get something from it. And there's a nice interaction that you can get. So for any of you people planning on playing Expedition 33, go listen to that 1940s orgasming for 33
there
times.
You go.
And then
33 times.
Get your rocks off.
Get your digital JRPG rocks off.
Yeah. I'll be checking it out probably. If it's free on PC Game Pass as well, I'll probably check it out. I don't know if that's it. It's sometimes games are on Game Pass day one for the console, but then they're not for PC Game Pass. I don't know how they decide that or what the fuck is and what isn't. But if it is, then I will probably be checking it out.
Yeah.
I think this is our last news story for this week. From Wario64 as well. We appreciate you. Nexus Point News, Alex Garland set to direct Elden Ring film for A24. And then there's always a little reply that Ant likes to put in his screenshots from Twitter.
This wasn't me. I won't even take credit for this. I think CLD put this in the
CLD did this
Discord.
one. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he's taken after you and your little inclusion of the one tweet at the bottom from
it's always a good one.
Username of Jake Burdick 90 saying, interesting, definitely not the kind of material I'd expect Alex Garland to take on, hoping it's more like Ex Machina and Annihilation and less preachy like Men in Civil War. I've heard Warfare is great, but haven't seen it yet. So the new movie Warfare, I believe, is an Alex Garland film as well. But
gotcha.
Very interesting choice to...
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it makes sense to go to A24.
I mean, it has the popularity. Like,
yeah.
As far as making it a movie in general, not the A24 part.
But like, if I was going to, in my head, I'm like an Elden Ring movie, A24 is the only thing that really makes sense to me to do it, because everything else I feel like would water it down and make it into like some like pseudo Hollywood blockbuster type bullshit. Well, this is going to try and like capture what From Software puts into their game and like the mystery of it and the not really explaining the world to the point where it's like
that makes sense.
I
never thought about it that
will
way.
Understand it, you know. A24 is like, I hate to be that guy, but like A24 is cinema compared to movies, you know what I mean? So like,
I feel like a bigger studio would have tried to make this like a Lord of the Rings type movie or something.
And like, that's not to say that there's not other studios that would do great with Elden Ring as a property, but I feel like A24, at least that company and that like the direction that their movies go in, it's so much better of an understanding of storytelling and like the love of film and the delicate care that they put into everything they craft in from that production studio. I can't see it going wrong, at least. Like, I don't see this being Mortal Kombat 1. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Like, they're not going to have this come out and then have to do Elden Ring 2, the movie, and fix everything, and that be their press tour of, we took our criticisms and we made it completely different. There's 1,000 fights in it, and it's Mortal Kombat now. And it's like, well, it should have been in the first movie. That's what it should have been. So they're not gonna fuck. And this is also way before anything has probably obviously been written down for the movie. But I don't like Elden Ring because I'm bad at From Software games. I'm in the theater day one to see this.
I think it'll be interesting. I'm interested to see like the first trailer. Like, what is this going to look like?
I could also see it being animated too. I feel like that'd be, well, obviously most of the enemies will most likely have to be animated. I'm hoping that there's a ton of practical effects for some of the mid size monster slash like mid small guys, like
Mhm.
puppets and shit. That would be fucking amazing. Obviously the
Sure.
props are gonna be so fucking cool to see the different weapons and shit.
Oh, you
Um
already know.
yeah. But I could see it almost like an animated feature would be cool, and then just almost similar, not to like compare it, but like with what GTA 6 looks like, it practically looks like a fucking movie, or like something
Mhm.
from Love, Death, and Robots, and like the
Yeah.
more realistic side of stuff. Like I could see them banging out the budget for that entirely and doing a ton of mocap, but I would love to see
You
some puppets.
you've made me more interested in this because when I first saw it, I was just like, eh.
Yeah,
But now the potential for what it could be
yeah.
is intriguing to me.
This is I'm genuinely interested in this more than any other video game adaptation that it's going to be coming out in the next couple of years. Like this, I'm more excited for this than God of War. Like hands down, I'd rather
Well,
see
God of War is
this.
a TV thing, isn't it?
It's a TV show, but I'm
Yeah.
excited for it. If I had to choose between the two, I choose this, and I haven't even beaten Elden Ring, let alone gotten past like the first two pseudo bosses that are at the front of where you start and spawn. So like this will be cinema, and I cannot wait for it.
Gotcha. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what it's about, man.
Hell
What
yeah.
they got it looking like.
And that's the news.
Oh, that is the news. That is the news,
Now
man. Um, that is the news for the week of May 5th, 2025. We appreciate you guys for hanging out with us. I want to call it, I can't, this is not a main podcast. I can't call it now what. But if you have any comments on anything we reported here today, input on any of the headlines that we've gone through, feel free to comment below this video. As we said before, we aim to be here every week, wrapping up the hot video game news of the week. At the end of every week, starting after May.
2 weeks from now. Yeah, May is a bit of a problem.
Yeah. Well, you know what? You're going to get 2 weekly news episodes this month, but we're preparing for Summer Games Fest.
True.
We're going to be seeing a lot of us. So that week is probably just going to, you got to catch us when we're live.
And we will be
catch us when we're live. I mean, we can still do a wrap up after Summer Games Fest. Just put up for the week, wrap that show up. That the show of the first week of June, the weekly wrap up for the first week of June, is essentially just going to be the Summer Games Fest wrap up.
For sure. There might be a couple other things sprinkled here and there, but we'll probably try to keep it a little bit more compact because this is already at an hour.
I know, right?
Yeah. We said it was going to be 30.
But you know what? You're right. But imagine if we would have saved all of this for the end and still had to do the rest of the show and the rest of the news.
All in person as well, too. 4 hours straight.
Yeah. But yeah. So like we said, please, we appreciate you guys being here. As we start this new endeavor that we feel like, is a great little addition to our channel.
Hell yeah.
And informative for you or someone who's been here since the beginning and new listeners. Thank you for joining us.
And if you have any suggestions for where you want to see us in the future in our lovely backdrops, drop it in the comments and maybe you'll see it. Maybe we'll be in different locations.
Exactly. Yeah, do that. Below this, after you tell us what you thought about the news and your input, give us locations to be in. I mean, personally, I like being in the Matrix, but if you want me to be somewhere else, you let me know where you want me to be.
It's very red pill coded.
Huh?
You like being in the Matrix? It's a red pill. You take the blue pill. Free your mind.
I need a break from the real life. Put me
You know
in the
what? That's
Matrix.
valid. I'm not gonna argue it. I'm in a locker. Who am I to talk? You know.
True that, but you got little cozy friends in there to hang out with.
True. What do you guys think?
Until
All hail Jay! All hail Jay!
once again, thank you. If you didn't remember from the intro, save letter B number 4 quitting on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, and YouTube.
Kitty.
Save before quitting, all the way spelled out, .com for all your save before quitting merch. Save before quitting, all the way spelled out, at gmail.com if you want to send us an email or anything you want to send us, some insults, some compliments, some ideas for the show, headlines you want us to talk about. Send any and everything. Join our Discord. All links to everything is below. And with that said, Chris, you have any final words?
No.
No is his final word.
Remember to always save
before
quitting. We'll see you guys 3 weeks from now. Right?
Oh yeah, you're gonna be gone next week, right?
I'm gone next week. You're gone the week after that. So then the third week.
No, we can do the week after next. We can do. I don't leave till the end of the week.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Professionals.
What a better way to end the first news episode by letting our first weekly news episode by letting them know that we won't be back next week.
Welcome to our weekly show. We won't be here next week.
Right. We promise after
it's a holiday.
Yeah, we promise once all the life stuff gets out the way, we'll be really consistent.
For sure.
We're not usually this busy outside of this.
Getting busy sooner. We'll see what happens.
No, true that. Peace.
Did you like that video?
We know you did.
If so, you can check out this video right here. Or that one right there, which YouTube suggested just for your nerdy gamer person self. Like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you always
Save before quitting.